Hi everybody, it's the end of June and I'm walking down in my garden. In this video, I want to go bed to bed and show you what's doing really well, what isn't, what are some of the things that I would like to do different, also some future plans for the garden. And I plan to make videos like this every couple of weeks to show you the progression of the garden and also show you the abundance that's in the garden. And when we make more videos like the pickling video we just made, show this garden provides incredible dishes and amazing foods from now, the end of June, and preserved all the way till the end of winter. So let's go, let's check it out. Okay, so first thing we see is our beautiful flower bed. This is the centerpiece of our garden, and this is an amazing part of the garden. I think for every garden to have some kind of a beautiful flower piece is incredible. Another really cool thing is our big tomato structure. I found out that this is the best way to grow tomatoes, and it's an incredible way of maximizing all your space. You don't want to just put small little cages over all your tomatoes. So this is an incredible way. And the one thing I would do differently here is put a little bit less tomato plants. I found that it's a little bit too dense. So because of it, I feel like the fruit, there's not enough volume of tomatoes fruit growing yet, because they are trying to reach out higher and higher to get sun instead of spacing out and growing a lot of fruit. This hoops that are for our crawling cucumbers and small melons are absolutely crushing it. It's such a great way to create a lot of space in your garden and grow amazing amount of cucumbers. Actually, let me fix this one over here. Kind of always have to guide them to grow on the hoop. But in a few weeks, this thing's will completely fill up. If you've seen me in my cucumber video, pickling video, you saw that it was probably half grown in to what it is right now, and that was just a few days ago. So I don't know if you can see over here, it's overgrown, but underneath all of that there is a bed, and this was almost completely grown in the last 3 weeks. But these are all winter squashes, mostly kabocha, butternut squash, and pumpkins. And it's completely overgrown, and any space that it can find in the walkways, it's growing. But that's a good way to maximize your garden. The only thing I would do differently here is, and I still am going to do something about it, is add a little bit more fertilizers. I actually believe that the entire root mess of all these butternut squashes have already covered most of the bed. So they're starting to yellow and it's only June. So I would certainly put more fertilizers and amendments, and I'm gonna actually do that later on today. Another thing that's crushing it is this melon bed. So many melons. It's filling up really well. Coming from our melon bed, let's go check out this watermelon bed. Just the same, bursting at the seams. And everywhere you look, there are just these incredible, beautiful watermelons of all kinds of varieties. It should be another few weeks before we crack open one of those and be fully sweet, but very excited. It gets very hot here, so watermelon is absolute medicine to us. And to maximize this bed, I put sweet peas at the end, and they're crawling upwards. And all the melons that are starting to go over to the sweet pea area, I just let them go right underneath as they expand this way. And with the sweet peas, we just continually make sure that they go up. And yeah, this trellis for the sweet pea is working really well. Highly recommend it, to put it in the end of the beds and kind of maximize your space. Have some plants growing vertical and the rest going horizontal. This is another hoop structure that I just built, and these are all for melons. So this will be a great experiment to see if it can hold the weight of all the melons. A lot of the melons are starting to grow in the bottom of this hoop. This is our front arbor, and this is the entrance to the garden, and next to it there are a couple of beds, and they have grapevines and climbing rose that will climb all around the arbor. I don't know if it's going to be this year or the next, and hopefully we'll get some beautiful grapes and a lot of flowers, marigolds, celosias, sunflowers. A mismatch of things, but the idea is to give the garden a beautiful entrance, and hopefully in a couple of weeks they'll be fully blooming. All right, so this bed, it starts with our beautiful celosias and these incredibly psychedelic looking plants. They still haven't fully grown. When they do, it's a real show. Beautiful flowers. It goes into some edamames, which is my first time growing. Really excited about that. I think I would have done a little bit more of this in the next one. And onions. And here was a section of cabbages that a lot of them bolted, and bok choys that we've already ate a lot of, and also some lettuces. And I'm going to replace this section here in the next couple of weeks, as it's all mostly have bolted. As you can see, I've already put new starts of lettuce for the upcoming part of the summer, and then some cabbages, and then we get into the melon hoop. And in this bed right here, it's one of my favorite beds. It has the little shade cloth of peppers, and that's one thing I'd do more of next year, is a lot bigger section of a shade cloth bed that has these incredible peppers. We got some spices and all kinds of peppers. Sweet. We got a little bit of celery there in the end, and some more edamame section going into these sweet peas, crawler, just like we had in the watermelon bed. And the one thing we made a mistake here I would do differently is I put one plant of this winter squash in there, and it's taken over the entire section of the garden. I don't know if you can see, it's all the way to the fencing and just going over to the other side. So certainly I would not put that in here. And the winter squashes can really, in a garden, not in a farm setting, can really take over just one plant, a massive section. So I definitely would have not mixed a winter squash in a bed like this again. But we're gonna let it go this year, try to contain it, hopefully not let it go into our peppers and other sections like that. I want to go to the back of the garden to show you the area in which we are working on, and hopefully in a couple of weeks when I make this update video you can see the progressions of it. So we put these metal beds back here, and already made one, once again filled with flowers of all kinds, and we are planning to make a lot of beautiful bouquets. My wife makes incredible bouquets that we give to our community and friends for all the beautiful occasions of life that are coming up in the summer. And we're trying out these metal beds, see if it works. Hopefully metal can sustain a little bit more life than the wood, the lumber of the beds can, but be an experiment. So working on this, and hopefully we'll have a couple more beds fill this entire space out, maybe another 3 of them. So yeah, it's a significant more amount of space to grow things in the garden. My hope for this is to get soil into it, and I think we still have time to put some corn and some more mames in here. Corn is the one element for my particular cooking that I'm missing in this garden, and it's probably the only vegetable that we're still actually buying. Everything else we don't buy anymore from the store. Hey everybody, so this is the end of our little end of June garden update. In a few more weeks, we'll have another update. It'll be somewhere in the middle of July. And at that point, I'm sure we'll be eating a lot of watermelons and melons and tomatoes and peppers and all kinds of other vegetables. And in the meantime, I'd like to put up some videos of all the beautiful dishes that we strictly make from this garden, show you how amazing it is to have a garden and eat all of your food that you grow. And so if you like to watch that, please subscribe, follow along, and that's it for today. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you somewhere along the next video.